Hey guys, so I'm back with the second and final process video for the mini kit series using the first kit that I made based on the Serendipity die cuts. And today I will be scrapbooking this picture of my grandma with the Eclipse on TV, and I will get to that in a bit. So I printed it at home and I chose black and white because it was originally in color, but the color was just bad because all the blinds were closed and the TV was on and the lights of the house, and then everything in the house is kind of like a vintagey kind of color. So I mean, like, not vintagey, like there was just a lot of yellow tones, let's keep it at that, mostly because of the lighting, and it wasn't going to work with what I had in mind. So I'm starting by I had the idea that I would create some strips behind my photo, so I'm just cutting things, but I wasn't really liking that idea, so I'm just keeping the blue stripe there as a kind of layer behind it, and then I'm going to use this star paper from Amy Tangerine as a layer as well because it matched the Eclipse theme. And now I'm also going to mat my photo on a piece of I'm not sure if it's blue or navy, or I don't know what kind of shade of blue that is, but it's just some cardstock, and the color matched really nicely with the striped paper that I have on there already, and just helped the layout pop a bit from the star paper. And then just to help the picture again pop a bit more, I added a piece of foam behind the picture and the cardstock. And then I had this card here that says he said, but I like the color, but I'm not sure about the phrase, so I'm just gonna keep it there because I can always cover it up. And now I'm going through the papers that I had chosen in my kit. Just going through and trying to decide what else I want to add. So before I added anything else, I decided to pull out this die cut, which was the original, which is what this layout was based on. That is the die cut I had in mind to use when I planned this layout. So I pulled it out because it's quite a larger piece, just so I knew where I wanted it to go and incorporate it in the design from the beginning, so I wouldn't be stuck at the very last minute trying to figure out where to put that huge piece. So then I went through I found this paper with all the words, so I went ahead and cut out some phrases in the kind of navy kind of color in the light blue, and I did cut out some in green because there is some green in that star paper that I thought I could help pop by using other green elements, but I've decided that I don't like the green and I just want to keep it to blue. So this is actually going to turn out into a monochromatic layout if you exclude the couple of green stars that are on that paper. So I'm layered 2 on the die cut, and then I layered 2 on top for the time being. And then I saw this from that emoji paper there. I thought I could make that blue shade that's on that love piece work, so I cut it out, but I didn't end up liking it, and then I was kind of regretting it because I could now not use the back side. So anyway, and I went through my other small pieces, and I pulled out the wood veneer stars that I had pulled for this layout and that puffy sticker moon, but I didn't like it. So I'm going to go ahead and glue some of these layers down. So I'm just going to glue that cardstock to the photo and the foam to that. Oh, and that foam, by the way, is just some foam I have left over from when I was in, like, I don't know, like a second, third grade, when we used to make puppets out of that foam with my parents. So we have a lot of that left over, and I found it a couple months ago and decided to use it for layout. So I also know that I want to mat my layout on something because I want to ground it a bit, but I'm not sure what. So my options are the stripe paper, the star paper, and the cardstock, but I'll talk about that in a bit when I trying to decide again. So I glued down a couple more things, But I feel like something is missing. It's just too white, I guess, is what I'm looking for. So I'm just gluing everything to each other because I like it, but I'm not gluing it to the actual background because I'm not sure if I want to keep the white cardstock or if I want to add something to it. And then for some reason, I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier, but anyway, so that card up there that said he said, I could just flip it the other way where there was nothing at the bottom, so that will be covered up and I wouldn't have to cover it up with something else. And I don't know why I didn't see that from the beginning, but anyway. So now I decide I'm going to do some mixed media, so I am going to bring in my palette knife and some gesso, and I use white gesso just because that's the only one I can find where I live. And I'm going to add some gesso to the background soon, hopefully. Yeah, there we go. With this palette knife. And I'm not too I'm not too picky about how much gesso and if it's evenly distributed, because I do like the look of mixing gessoed parts and not gessoed parts. So if you add paint where the gesso is and paint where there isn't gesso and they're next to each other, I think it makes a really cool effect. So anyway, I'm using the Tumble Glass Distress ink with some water and the packaging technique just to bring in a bit more color to the page, and I don't want it to be too dark, so I'm just going with the Tumble Glass because it matches the cut-aparts I used, the word cut-aparts that I'm planning on using. And the other two blue colors I have are not the right shade at all, so. And I didn't want anything too bright, I just wanted something subtle to just kind of tone down the white, but not overpower the layers that I already have going. So yeah, and now I'm going to put everything back. And then I pulled some thickers. So my original thought was I was going to use these black thickers. I love these stickers. These stickers are called, I said thickers like 5 times in 2 seconds, but these are called, oh yikes, what are these called? I'll remember, it will come to me. But I thought I would use those to kind of bring the black out a bit more from the photo because there's no other black on the page. But I don't know, I just wasn't liking them. Like, I didn't know where I was going to position them. The fact that they're all lowercase, I don't know, for some reason wasn't working for me. And if I wanted to put them there under the photo, but when I did that, the striped paper under it would peek through and then you lost the title. You couldn't read it so easily. So I decided to not do that and find something else to do my title in. Okay, what are those stickers called? I don't know. Anyway, so then I went to this to the Bella Boulevard chipboard piece there, and I think it's a summer themed one. I'm not sure which one. There's no name on it. And I just pulled out the word happy and layered it over my photo because I don't know, I just really liked that, and it also kind of brought out the white that's in the moon. So when I look at the picture, my eye goes directly to the moon on the screen because it is very, very bright. And because there's no other black on the page, I wanted to add a bit more white to the black to kind of make it a bit lighter. I don't know if what I said makes sense, but yeah. So I'm going to glue it down with some glue because it's chipboard and all chipboard does not glue down easily. So yeah, that word, I don't want it to distract from the photo. I want to add to it. So just adding more white was working. And the white in the picture, again, is a lot brighter than the white of the chipboard letters. So that's okay. I mean, I look at the layout and I directly see the moon. So yeah. I still haven't done my journaling on this. I need to do that. So I'm going to tell you the story real quick. So my grandma that is in the photo was scared that my grandparents would damage their eyes if they looked at the eclipse. So they closed everything and just watched it on TV. And then they made this funny little video that my grandmother sent me, and I wanted to kind of write the transcript of it on the page, and I wasn't sure how much space I would need to do that, or if I can find the video again. So my idea, if it's a lot of journaling, I'll probably have it start at the very start of at the very top of the page and go to the very bottom on like a vertical column on top and bottom of the cluster, or the main cluster. And if I don't find the video, I'll just write a little short thing, probably in that on that blue piece, the cut apart from the Amy Tan collection. So then here I'm trying to figure out which paper I want to use to mat my layout. So I can easily use a striped paper because I have a lot of it. I can easily use, even though it's an A4 size, I can easily use a star paper because I have another sheet of it in a full 12x12. But what I really wanted to use was this cardstock. So I decided I'm just going to use it and piece stuff together, and you can barely see that it's not one piece. You have to look for it to see the seams. And also, it's not completely straight just because I don't have the patience to completely line everything up. But that's okay, it's fine. And most of my layouts aren't completely straight when I mat them on stuff because I just can't mat things straight for some reason. So, yeah. So I was cutting pieces apart and piecing them together to make a mat for my layout. Oh, and by the way, there's no pictures for this one because I ran out of time to take them. And also, it's not completely finished because of the journaling. So I will be sharing it on Instagram hopefully soon. If you want to take a look at pictures, they'll be on Instagram. And I am hoping I will have the journaling for those when I post those as well. But we'll see. But if you want to check out the pictures, go over to my Instagram account at Grace_Islander, and you can see the pictures for this layout sometime soon. So I'm thinking maybe tomorrow or Monday, hopefully. And hopefully the journaling will be on there as well. So yeah, I still haven't figured out what title I want to do, so I'm going back to these stickers, which I can't believe I can't remember the name of them. I usually do. I don't know. If somebody wants to know, leave a comment below and I'll look them up for you if I don't remember by the end of the video. So I decided to just leave those aside and go with my Tim Holtz title stickers because I love them. And I'm just going to spell out the word Eclipse and put it over on that die cut piece with the constellations from the Dear Lizzie die cut pack. Yeah, so this will go up Saturday, and Monday there will be a layout share and a kill kit video all like in a one video, so you can see the how many die cuts I used, the layouts I made in detail if you want to, and what I have left from my kit. So that will go up on Monday, so you can all check that out then. If you don't want to miss it, if you don't want to make sure you don't miss it, don't forget to subscribe. So you've noticed that the lighting has changed because the day, it was at the point in time of the day where the sun starts to it was about 5 o'clock, I think, when it's not so bright but it's not dark, so it's kind of a weird situation, but I had to get it done. So I just turned on a light on my desk, so I think it worked out okay. And now I had these enamel stars that I'm going to add onto here in 3 little different clusters. Oh, I also added 2017 at the top there because I wanted to bring in those black letters somewhere else. And I'm also outlining the layout with a Stellar pigment liner. I think it was the 1.0 tip. And then, as always, I'm going to write the date of when I took the photo and when I made the layout. So thanks for watching, and I hope I'll see you next time.